So there's two very significant things that are happening in astrology this year, and that is two major planets going into a new sign. Actually, there's three of them, but I'm going to only talk about two of them. And they happen to be Neptune and Saturn. Neptune and Saturn have been in Pisces, which Neptune rules, for quite a while now. And it created sort of this very, oh gosh, it's hard to describe. I'll have to just go back to the pandemic and how we felt lost and trapped and confused and powerless in our lives. And it's just sort of, we didn't know who we were, where we were going. And it was a hard time. It was a dark time. And that's the part of Neptune that can be, because Neptune rules our world of imagination, fantasy, or terror and depression, or whatever you want. It's like water that's either crystal clear or cloudy and mucky. And then, Saturn is the structure of everything, and anti-ethical both to those natures. You have a structured symbol in Saturn and a very water symbol in Neptune, which rules Pisces. So in that regard, it's like an erosion we've been going through, an erosion of our structures. If you've noticed around the world, that seems to be going on for all of us around the world in many places, some more than others. So there's been erosion of governments, erosion of rules, erosions of lots of things, and we feel like lost because we don't know what's going to replace it. Well, as of this year in 2026, Neptune moves into Aries, a fire sign, with Saturn next to it in a fire sign. So the fire sign of Aries is the warrior spirit. That's what it is. It's us as individuals. It's our individual identity. And so we come back to ourselves. Instead of the system, we come back to ourselves with being in control of our destiny. And so even in our politics right now, you can see not the government or anybody else stepping in. It's all the people coming together in their individual identities, trying to decide who we are and where we're going and what we want. And we know what we don't want because we don't like the system that's playing out, because it's reminiscent of history. And so we're trying to create a new world order because we're putting our imagination, our fantasy, and desires of Neptune into a system that says we want to move forward and we want something new. And that's where we're headed now. So it is a very unstable time because we don't know what it is. So I feel if you just look at your own life instead of the big picture of politics in the world right now, just look at yourself. I think when we go through change, we know what we don't want. And so that's where fear comes in. Right after that, it says, well, I don't know what I do want. Well, then this is where risk has to happen. And I think that the answer to that is not something we analyze, something we ask everybody else what they think. We get quiet and we feel and see a vision of something. We feel something, it's like, I've always wanted to do this, but I've always been afraid. Fear is a thing we can overcome if we want to. It's only up to us. No one's going to do it for us anyway. So to take a risk and to say, I'm just going to see where it takes me. And to me, I always find, even in my own life, if it felt right, it became right. Even though I didn't believe I could ever manifest something, until I actually did it, it actually happened. So it proved to me that it's the risk itself and letting go of the fear and taking charge of your life. It's very empowering and creates a tremendous amount of confidence and helps you move away from your karma and into your dharma of where you're headed in this life.